Cybercrime is on the rise everywhere. Losses in 2018 accounted for over $600 billion, and that number grew to over $1 trillion in 2020. All of us are nervous about cybersecurity. Today we're going to cover a few different ideas to help you stay safe online and to protect yourself and your financial accounts. The first thing to do is practice good password hygiene. It's easy to reuse the same password over and over and over again. But what that opens you up to is if one account gets compromised, a person may have access to all your other accounts using that same password. And so good password hygiene shows up in a few different ways. Different passwords for each account, as well as different symbols and numbers and letters in each of your passwords. There are creative ways to do this, including password managers. But practicing good password hygiene is the first line of defense so that one account doesn't affect another. The second thing to do is enable two-factor authentication. This one is a lot like keeping your lights on your house at night, right? You're making yourself a little bit more of a difficult of a target. Two-factor authentication does that. Now, granted, I know it can be annoying. However, there are authenticators app out there that will generate a random number, or you can receive a text message or an email message and input a phrase or a series of numbers. And this just makes it a little bit more difficult for your account to be entered into without your knowledge. The third thing to do is to be wary of unexpected or odd messages. These are typically emails that come to you with a link to be clicked on to go log into your account. It says there's a problem with your account, click here to resolve it. Now, a few things may happen. It may take you to a website that you're not expecting, or they may be tracking the username and password that you put in. So if you're ever seeing a message or an account or an email that looks odd, first off, don't click. Definitely call, verify, or look at another place to get there. For example, I get this one all the time. It says click here to verify your banking information, and it's got the logo of the bank that I use. Now, that may or may not be a legitimate thing, I don't know. But then what I can do is separately, without clicking on the link of the email, navigate to my bank, log in, and check the messages that are in there, or see if there's any alerts of things that I need to be taken care of. Don't navigate to your final destination through the email provided. That's good for almost any email. If you're invited to go to another website, leaving an email, don't just click the link, enter it in separately to make sure you go to the right location. So that's the third idea, is to look out for unexpected or odd messages. The fourth item is to be wary of public networks. A public network is a Wi-Fi network or an internet network that's at, say, your local restaurant or an airport or a place where a lot of people are. A few different things happen. One way to gain someone's information is to make it look like it's a real Wi-Fi that you can connect to when you're really connecting to somebody else's, and they can get all your internet traffic, including username and passwords. And another thing to happen is you may have some sharing permissions available on your computer. This happens all the time, that you say, it's usually phrased as make my device discoverable on a network. And what that allows to do is somebody who's also connected to that network see your computer and potentially gain access to it. So be very careful and cautious about using any public Wi-Fi when connecting any device, your phone, your watch, computer, anything that uses internet. Look, I realize we can't make ourselves 100% safe, particularly when using the internet, but there are definitely things that we can do to make ourselves more safe and less likely to have problems. There's other ideas such as insurance, using password generators and security, as well as even going as far as putting a freeze on your credit that may help. There's lots of ideas out there. Be careful, be safe, and practice good password and account management.